What is going on, guys? I hope everybody is having a good week. It is Wednesday. We just watched the Sixers get past the first round of the playoffs without Joel Embiid, which was great. A meniscus tear in his knee. So hopefully he gets better soon. The more rest he gets, the better. The team is definitely going to be down the stretch, and he needs to get healthy. So good luck for Joel Embiid. And the Sixers, what's going on, everybody? Hope everyone's having a good night. Obviously, there's some stuff to talk about. We've kind of been going through the motions. After June. It's post-June now with the Eagles now. So, obviously, they get some cap space back. And on top of everything else, they are trying to make another move. Obviously, Kerryon Johnson had a restructure. There might be an extension for Dallas Goedert. And we're still waiting to see if, Steven Nelson is a Philadelphia Eagle. And obviously the Julio Jones news and all that stuff's been going on. So appreciate everybody being here. So obviously I'm here to answer your questions, guys, and everything that's going on. Appreciate everybody being here today. Been a lot of fun, guys. So what's going on, Nest Out West? What's going on, bro? I saw I Bleed Green in here early, bro. Appreciate you coming in, man. Rishi Liar, you're on time, bro. Big Play Slay, always in here, man. Big contributor. Highlight hitter, what's going on? We got Cyclone, what's going on? Tower Dutch says, I feel like if youth and development is the way to go, Gary and Conley should be the signing, although I love Steven Nelson too. Want to see what JG has. Yeah. Look, Steven Nelson obviously is the best on the market right now. I think, is he Darius Slay? No, but I think he is solid at 28 years old and can really contribute to this scheme and hasn't signed to a team yet. So there is a huge I think there's a big chance they could sign him. Obviously, they're freeing up some space right now and doing some other things. So Gary and Conley would just be a project that hopefully Jonathan Gann could, hopefully he could become something. You know what I mean? Because Gary Conley was just a first-round corner from the Raiders that just did not pan out. And obviously he's had ups and downs, more downs. So, Richard Lair says, Maxey is the GOAT. Johnny Hammond, what's going on, man? Mary Jawan says, great win. Definitely, dude. Great win. Dave McKnight, what's going on? What's up, Shake Squad? What's going on, man? Marijuana says, go Sixers. Jason Brown says, buy Ertz. Well, we're still waiting right now on the move. Still waiting on it. You know what I mean? We got Dawn Keith. What's going on? Reaper Town. What's going on? Eagles Slayer 95. What's up, man? It's Philly Sports Podcast. You haven't subscribed to his channel, please subscribe to his channel. He covers Eagles. I think he covers Phillies. He covers the Sixers as well. So please go to his channel and check him out if you guys have not. King Rolex 276 says, "What's good, Joey? Next series, Sixers at 6." Man, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a tough. Atlanta's gonna be tough, so gotta keep it going. We got Alex Salazar. What's going on, man? Matt Weeks. What's going on, bro? Always in here. Jason Brown says, if we get Nelson, we're going to eat teams up. I think, this roster is coming together very slowly, but surely, you get another corner opposite Darius Slay right now. I mean, we don't have enough at corner. We need more bodies. We need more competition. Steven Nelson would start day one immediately. Donovan Hodge says, I love you, man. Keep up the streams. Appreciate it, bro. We haven't streamed since, Friday? So it's been a while, and I'm happy to be back. Danny Cormier says Dallas got an extension. Well, Dallas Goedert had a press conference today. He talked about, someone asked him about an extension, and he said, I'm letting my agent take care of that. So obviously the Eagles and Dallas Goedert have something going on right now. Figured the Eagles want to extend him now than later. I mean, hey, why not? You know what I mean? So Darnell Sedgwick says Julio Jones, get Julio Jones. That's my guy. I'm really up and down about it, man. I like him, but I just feel like these young guys just are so hungry, need to step up. You know what I mean? Niles Alcia says, who are we getting, Shakes? I have no idea. I hope it's going to be at least Steven Nelson. I mean, if we sign Steven Nelson, I'll be happy with that. Then I'll feel more comfortable about this defense at the position opposite Darius Slay. I'd be very comfortable with it. Highlight hitter says, besides McPherson, which day 3 pick do you think will get the most snaps? I honestly don't know, man. I honestly don't know. Like, we haven't even hit 7-on-7s, 11-on-11s yet. We haven't seen training camp yet. I mean, we're still way behind right now, and we haven't seen preseason yet. We're going to have 3 preseason games, so I need to see a lot more than just them moving around the field. So I don't know who's going to, make it out of there, but we're going to find out, though. We're going to find out. They're shining through pre. What's going on, man? Matt Week says, no, we don't need Julio Darnell. Philly Sports Podcast says, I have an announcement for everyone to chat. What's the announcement, bro? Say it. Eagles of Land says, what's up, Shakes? What's going on, man? We got G7 Amble Gaming says, Eagles need to get corner 2. It's killing me. I know. It's killing me too, bro. It's killing me too. Matt says, Knicks wanted us so bad they forgot they still had to get past the Hawks to get us. Yeah, I think by their first win. Yeah, pretty much. They were talking about, the Nets, and they were talking about the Sixers, I think, outside the stadium, which was pretty funny. Easy Money says, why has nobody talked about Fulgham? He was leading the league in receiving yards over a 4-week span with Wentz at QB. Only thing that stopped him was coaching staff benching him for old Alshon. Well, I think Travis Fulgham ended up getting hurt as well, and they never really brought him back onto the field, which it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I mean, that's why getting Julio Jones is like a big what if to me, because I think we should do a lot more. Sorry, I got the hiccups. I think we should do a lot more at that position. I just don't think you have so many young, talented receivers right now. I mean, at this point, keep what you have on the field and don't go after Julio Jones. I mean, I don't know what they're going to have to give up for him. I'm hearing just a second-round pick. I'm hearing a couple first-rounders. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm as confused as everyone else is right now. Cameron Holmes says, Joey, I graduated. Well, congratulations, man, on the graduation, bro. I hope better things are coming your way. Big Play says, I've been out here grinding on content because of guys like you and 500 are basically my inspirations for YouTube. Bro, I appreciate it. I saw you come into the game stream last night and say that, man, and much appreciated, man. I like to see other content creators. I like to see a lot of new guys come out. There's been a lot of content creators that are pushing their content hard, so much appreciated all you guys. Trust me, I don't think I'm really anything on here, but if it helps, if I put a smile on somebody's face and I get them through their day and it helps them, then hey, I'm happy for it. Small Cards, his first time checking out the stream. Go Bird. Small Cards, welcome to your first live stream in the Shake Squad. Appreciate it, man. Darnell Cedric says, yes, we need Julio Jones, him beast at wide receiver. You love Julio Jones. And look, I love him too. 32 years old, 7-time Pro Bowler. How many years does he have left? I don't know. I mean, we have so much depth at receiver now. Like, I want to see these guys compete. And if that means if we bring Julio Jones onto the roster, that means that there's going to be another receiver that's going to be cut and go to another team and hopefully be successful. And that's what we don't want. Gamble Gaming says, despite no corner with the team we have, despite the lack of time on the field, I see us going 12-5 with Hurts having a nasty year. The optimistic, everybody's so optimistic, and 12-5, it sounds really good. Like I said, 7 to 9 games, but it is hard for me to say 7 to 9 games because I feel like they could do so much more. I feel like this team is actually going to surprise us a lot more. So I'm pretty pumped for it. I'm really pumped for it. Cyclone50 said, please sign Nelson. Howie, he's got to sign him. And what's crazy is he's retweeted Eagle stuff. He's liked Eagle stuff. It's just funny. And then no one signed him during that time before June 1st when that was happening. And then all of a sudden, he's still not signed now. So it's just weird. So I feel like the Eagles are going hard for Steven Nelson free agency. And I don't know if it's going to be a multi-year deal. I don't know if it's going to be just you know what I mean? So it's going to be hard, but from what I'm thinking right now, I know that Yannick Ngakoue did the same thing with Eagles fans, teasing us like every single day. But unfortunately, he wasn't a free agent. Steven Nelson is, so that's definitely a lot better. Gamble Gaming says, I don't want Julio, but he'd be nice to have. Definitely. I don't think it's the right time for our franchise to go grab Julio Jones. I just don't think it's the right time for it. That's all. Smoker said, I think we've invested enough at wide receiver positions. Got to see what they got. Yeah, exactly. This is why you brought a new coaching staff in for development. This is why you brought in a brand new coaching staff. So that's what you have to watch. That's what you have to look out for, guys. That's what you have to look out for. Donovan Hodge says, do you think we lose to the Falcons if Julio gets traded? No, I don't think so. I think we could beat the Falcons. Like, look, we haven't done really well playing in Atlanta, being away at Atlanta. So I think it's just this era is definitely changed. The culture is changing around. I think this team is going to be ready. I mean, everyone thinks like because we have new coaches and new players and all that stuff, we're going to go into our first game and we're not going to be ready. And these guys, Nick's going to have these guys prepared. And I think at the end of the day, I think the players are going to take care of themselves. So. Richie Lair says, if we get Steven Nelson, our offseason would be perfect. We addressed linebacker, cornerback, and got Smith while also beefing up O-line and safety. Yeah, I think so, too. I think safety depth at safety is great. Offensive line, I think the depth is fantastic. LaRaven Clark, and you got Andre Dillard there that hopefully you cross-train him or do something with him for he has value. And then you have Landon Dickerson. I mean, you got some guys. Jordan Mailata's being the starting left tackle, so I think it's great. But I think Steven Nelson would really put the icing on the cake. So I agree with that. Richie MC, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear King Dingbat. Happy birthday to you. Philly 500, baby. Danny Cormier, everyone's sleeping on the Eagles. I love it. And that's definitely it. How let's see. Big play Slayer. Ertz could be traded to the Bengals. They need a tight end. The Eagles want value to this trade. What if possibilities go up if a tight end gets injured on the Bengals? That'll increase the value for the Eagles. Oh, 100%. When more injuries do come about, and there's still guys trying to get traded still, I mean, it happens, guys. And, teams get desperate to fill those positions. So the Eagles could get draft picks. The Eagles could get some good things there. So you never really know. But, I think the Arizona Cardinals is a main target as well. They do need a tight end. And obviously Jordan Hicks is still shopping himself from Arizona right now. So I don't know. The Eagles could make some moves here and maybe acquire a player in the process. That's not going to cost them a fortune. So you never know at this point. Philly Sports Podcast says, at 100 subscribers, I'm hosting a live giveaway on my channel for the drawing for Philly Sports Podcast merch. That's awesome, bro. 100 subs, that's awesome. Congrats on that, bro. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm going to say, watching Fulgham highlights, bro, is going crazy for us. Yeah, you know what? That's why, like, the Julio Jones thing, I don't want to get him, man. Like, I between Fulgham, I think Hightower is definitely a player that's going to be really good. Quez Watkins, I think he has a little bit more down the line, but I think he's going to be really good. Hightower, I think they used him the wrong way. I think they did a lot of things the wrong way with Hightower. They should have used him more middle of the field, mid-tier passes, and do some different things with him. So, Kai Gill says, hey, Joey, Nelson should be the top of the board. If we get him, I could see us have at least 7 wins. I think we can actually do a little bit better than that. That's just me. I mean, for people that say 7, or at least people that say under 7 wins, I think is ridiculous. But that's just me, though. Richie doesn't like that. Richie's like, what? What are you saying? Chris Nate says, what up, Joey? I didn't graduate. Well, hopefully you do. Well, you know what? Some people have it. I have a bunch of friends that never graduated, so. Chuck the Eagles fan says, Julio Jones would make us a top 5 offense easily. Jalen Hurts would be an MVP candidate. I hope Jalen. Look, I am praying to God, guys. I am praying to God himself that Jalen Hurts does work out. It's what I want. It's what I've been wanting for so long. And, I'm just glad that they're giving him a chance. I'm glad that he's honestly going to get his chance. So, it's just... I just got to see it, guys. Like, I just got to see I can't even speak right now. Consistency. I just got to see it. DJ514MC says, Joey Shakes, legendary, keep doing your thing, bro. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Grinding every day, bro. Grinding every day. Jason Brown, work tomorrow, one more day till I finally get a day off. Nothing like watching some of my birds when I get off a long day. Thanks for the content. Much love, Shakes. Jason Brown, appreciate you watching and appreciate the support. There are 115 of you guys in here right now. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, you are new. We go over Eagles news all year round, and we're just consistent on the channel every single day. If you guys haven't checked out the Philly Shakedown podcast with Philly 500, I will be hosting that podcast with Philly 500 on my channel this Saturday. And we'll talk about, obviously, the whole news for the week and all the rumors of the week as well. So, guys, check that out. Guys, haven't hit the like button. Please hit that like button if you guys have not. Much appreciated. It does help out the channel a whole lot. If you guys purchase a Shake Squad Army membership, you do become a moderator on this channel as well. Just letting you guys know. Matt Week says Hawks will be our true test in the second for our Sixers, and hopefully Embiid is good to go. I think Embiid's not even going to play next game. I don't even know, guys, at this point. Donovan Hot says, can you tell the dingbat that I love his streams as well? Love you both. Vids have been here for years. Hey, appreciate Donovan. Yeah, man, he'll appreciate it, man. I'll tell him. I talk to him off camera as well. We talk about other things. So me and Philly are very good friends. So yeah, he'll definitely love to hear that. Gamble Game says, U500, Lord Brunson, need your old podcast together. I've never done anything with Brunson. I don't think I've done anything with him. I would like to. If anyone that, if anybody that wants to comment on his videos, because I don't know how to contact him, but I would love to do something with Brunson. So if anybody can go to one of his videos and just say, hey, Joey mentioned doing a stream with you, then yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind it. Gamble says, how much does Nelson want? I honestly, dude, I don't even know. That's the one thing, you know what I mean? I don't think he's going to be cheap. Like, he's not going to be like, $1 to $2 million cheap. I think like 8 to 10 million, $8 million for the year, 7 maybe something in the middle there, I could see. Cyclone 58 says, Harrison McLeod could be a great duo, though I hope Wallace gets more snaps. Yeah, no, like, look, McLeod, like, I don't know if they're going to do 3 safety sets, with Kevon Wallace coming in. I don't know. Like, I want to see Kevon Wallace play. I want to see what we have. So Anthony Harris is on that 1-year deal. And then you have, Ronnie McLeod coming back from an ACL injury. And, it looks like he's coming back week 1, so you never know at this point. Danny Lukenheimer, what's going on, man? I hope you're having a good night, bro. Hope you're having a great night. Big Play Slay says the Bengals also don't have the indoor facility, which could allow one of their tight ends to get injured. Ertz could be a replacement for a tight end on the Bengals. It could increase the value for Eagles. Could happen. Chuck the Eagles fan says, Julio Jones. Kevin Bacon, what's going on, man? Deshaun Dupree says, Smith is our Julio. Danny Lugomer says, I personally don't want Julio, too old and injury prone. Yeah, he's had some injuries, that's definite. Deshaun Dupree says, Smith or Rager will be our Julio. All 3 of them. Look, I like that lineup. Don't get me wrong, but I just think that, you get Julio in the building. That means one of your receivers at camp is going to have to get released. That's not going to make the team because Julio's on the team. So that's why I want to see. I just don't think it's the right time to get Julio Jones. I just really don't at this point. You have 10 picks next year. You're going to have $30 to $50 million in cap space next year. So there's really a lot to look forward to. Especially, we thought this year was exciting. This offseason was exciting to see what the Eagles were doing. Obviously, with the coaching staff changes, but now you got 10 picks. You got potentially 3 first-rounders to look forward to on top of having cap space next year. So, my allergies. It should be a lot of fun. Danny says, is it full capacity for the link? Yes, it is. Yep, Cyclone just asked it. Yes, it is. Rishi Lyre says, I am in love with Smith. I still can't believe we got him. You can't believe we got him? I can't believe we even got him. Trust me, if you see the reaction between me and Philly 500 when that trade went down with the Cowboys going in front of the Giants, I was so surprised at it. I didn't even know what to do with myself. I was so shocked. Tony First says, who's your athletic, Hurts or more athletic? I think Hurts is by a mile. Definitely. Tony says we should have drafted Fields. No, I don't, because I believe in Jalen Hurts. I do. And you know what? I'm giving him a chance. I want him to get his chance. You start Jalen Hurts because he was drafted in the 2nd round last year. That's why I think the guy should at least be given that chance in a good system. And I think, I wouldn't want Doug to get his hands on Jalen Hurts because with his predicted play calling. But I think with Nick Sirianni, Shane Steichen is the offensive coordinator, I think you could do a lot of good things. They know how to use quarterbacks very well. And obviously this could be the best quarterback they've used. And Nick Sirianni, his reputation with quarterbacks, obviously having Jacoby Brissett, Phillip Rivers, you know what I mean? It's just crazy. You know what I mean? It's crazy how many quarterbacks they've had since Nick Sirianni was the offensive coordinator, for the Colts and using 3 different quarterbacks at 3 different styles. So a lot there, guys. A lot there. Yo, Bald Egos, what's going on, man, with the super chat? He said, welcome back. Can you see A+ wins this year with our current team? I'm starting to see it a little bit. I said 7 to 9 wins, but I think this team will actually surprise us. I think this team is going to come out of the gate wanting to punch somebody in the mouth, show the league that, this is a very underrated team this year. I honestly think that. Now, if you told me beginning of the offseason that we were going to win this, win 10 games, I'd probably tell you no. But because of what I've been hearing from these coaches, and obviously the product is not on the field yet, so we haven't really got these guys in full pads hitting and doing everything possible. I think you got something here. I really think you do. I think you have a team that's going to come out swinging. You're going to have a very you're going to have a tough, a competitive team this year. Okay, I think that's going in our favor. I think it does, bro. Common Star says, Sam, I hope one day when he's like 36, 38, he'll come back as a backup. Who are we talking about? We talking about Nick Foles or something? I don't even know. We got Carlos Deuce say, hey, Jodo, what's up from Knoxville? Hope your feet are dry, bro. We got to use Gainwell like Westbrook. He won't disappoint. Appreciate you. I had a flood here a few days ago, so I appreciate it. Yeah, so Kenneth Gainwell is probably my second favorite pick. If you take Devontae Smith out of it, I think Kenneth Gainwell was my favorite. He was my favorite pick. He's a dual threat running back. The guy catches footballs like a wide receiver. The guys run routes like he actually runs routes. He's actually a running back that can actually run routes, catch the ball out of the backfield, makes the first guy miss a good amount of times, and I think he could beat out Boston Scott. I think Kerryon Johnson could beat out Jordan Howard. I think it will be Miles Sanders, Kerryon Johnson, and I think it's going to be Miles Sanders, Kerryon Johnson, and obviously Kenneth Gainwell. I think you're going to have three. If they keep three running backs, that's only if they keep three of them. That's just me, obviously, but it's exciting, man. It's just, and thank you. It's very dry. It's fine here. There's no flood, so we're good. We're good. Leonard Kell says, do you see Howie doing something else now? Oh, 100%. Leonard. I say Leonard. Sorry, I don't know why I said it like that, but I'm sorry. Leonard. Totally agree. There's definitely going to be another move. 100. They restructured Kerryon Johnson today, like 400,000, 500,000 in cap space. Like I don't know why they did that. You know what I mean? They could restructure Lane Johnson to get more cap space, but I don't know. There's definitely a move coming. 100,000,000% there is. Jesse Davis, I can't believe fans want a 32-year-old wide receiver after going 4-11-1 with 7 unproven young wideouts on this team. This is an evaluation year. The Eagles are not in the situation as Rams, Bucks. Yeah, no, you know what? I agree with you 100% on that. That's why I'm not. Look, if we signed him, I'd be like, okay, I'm happy about it, but that means that we're going to lose one of these young receivers to another team because there's no way you're keeping everybody. And I think right now you're not really keeping everybody. If they keep 6 receivers, I'll be happy about it. I think I'll feel good. I'll feel good about it. I don't see why not. Eagles Uncensored, what's going on, man? I hope you're having a good night, bro. Hope you're having a good night. Richie MC, the 49ers center, Weston Richburg retires from NFL. If the Eagles are rebuilding for the 49ers enough, the contender for Jason Kelce to request a trade there. That's probably not going to happen. I mean, I don't think that would even happen. If Jason Kelce's going to retire, he's going to retire a Philadelphia Eagle, and that's just the way it's going to go. That's the way it's going to go. Richie Larson says, didn't Harris and McLeod play in college together for a year? That's good for I mean, I didn't know that. If that's the case, that's awesome. I mean, that's great. Brokey711 says, I was one of the very few who said I didn't really want Foles. It would have just screamed drama. We don't need that here. I think everyone's just getting everyone's too messed up from what happened before with Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is just weak-minded, and I just don't care anymore. I don't think Hurts would have that problem. He doesn't care. He's got Joe Flacco behind him. To us, Joe Flacco is washed. I mean, I think he is. But to him, Joe Flacco is just a veteran, and that's it. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Of course, Joe Flacco's won a Super Bowl. He's been a Super Bowl champion before. So, it's the same thing. Like, he's going to have someone over his shoulder. It makes no sense. Like, Nick Foles coming here, I wouldn't have cared. You know what I mean? So, wouldn't have mattered to me. Cyclone 58 says, hate to leave early, but I got to go. Hey, Cyclone, appreciate you coming in, man. Much love, man. Tony Forsett says, what if Hurts is a bust? Then he's a bust. That's it. I mean, I just want the Eagles to give him a chance. If he is a bust, then he's a bust. I mean, he's a success, a failure, whatever it is. As long as I know that this offseason he tried his hardest to get this team together, I just don't see it. I don't see a bad season from him. I'd really be surprised if he played horrible. As horrible as Carson Wentz last year, I don't think you can get as horrible as that because that was pretty bad. Kevon Kellum says, yo, what's up, Joey? Sorry I'm late. What are we going to do about cornerback 2? Well, Steven Nelson is still on the board. I'm hoping we do get him, so that's the answer. Oh, Gamble Gaming, that's Professor Gainwell. I forgot we called Professor Gainwell now. Chris Day says, if Hurts plays a full season, was average but nothing special, would prefer the next year we trade for Watson or use our 3 first-rounders. Yeah, so here's the thing with the Deshaun Watson thing. If Hurts plays so bad this year, I definitely agree to trade for Deshaun Watson next year. If we try, I don't want to go in this. I don't like the quarterbacks next year's draft. I would go and trade for Deshaun Watson next year if Hurts plays absolutely horrible, like to the point where we can't even watch anymore. Okay, so that we'll see. We'll see. Richie FC, Herbig or Sabala can battle for the short term until Dickerson is healthy enough to take over. Or maybe the 49ers would be interested in acquiring Isaac as their starting center. I don't think they're going to. It's really hard to get depth behind your offensive line. Like if the only one I'd probably agree with is trading Dillard, and that's really it. I think you play Isaac. I think you play Isaac Samala at guard. You let Landon Dickerson's not getting redshirted this year, so he might be ready to play if he has to play. But I would definitely cross-train Landon Dickerson from guard to center. I wouldn't mind that. But I would just leave the offensive line alone. I mean, we can't afford to get rid of offensive linemen, especially guys that have value. If it's Dillard, then I probably would. If the compensation was right, obviously I would probably take anything at this point, so we'll see. Yeah, Dave says Milton Williams is my second favorite pick. Hey, that's a good pick. The more I watch Milton Williams, and look, he's got that. He's obviously everyone's complaining because he has he's got short arms. Okay, I get it. Okay, I get he's got short arms, but at the end of the day, can the guy play? Can the guy be explosive? He's got that short area quickness, explosiveness with his hands, very quick. I mean, really, he's off the charts analytic-wise. He's off the charts with his testing as probably the number one or number two defensive tackle with a great skill set. So all you have to do is just put him in the right direction. I think, the defensive line is definitely being rebuilt, guys. I mean, that's definite. So Big Play Slay says breakout candidate on offense and defense. Well, this one, I really, if I'm taking Devontae Smith out of it, that's just cheap to say that, but I think Miles Sanders is going to have a fantastic year this year. I think it's Miles Sanders' year to get a 1,000-yard season. Defensively, I want to see Eric Wilson break out this year and be a very good linebacker that can cover, that can play zone, that can blitz. Eric Wilson, our one-year deal that we did sign, one of the most underrated signings we have on this team right now. I'm a big fan of Eric Wilson and his game, so we'll see. Carlos Deuce's great hands. Matt Weeks says Gainwell is my breakout player this year. That's great. I mean, he could be another guy that does well. And, Miles Sanders, who knows if he doesn't get 1,000 yards this year, whatnot, and the Eagles think he's expendable, there's not a lot of 3-down backs in the league anymore, guys. Like, it's a different time now. You usually have your 1 and 2 punch. You got your third punch sometimes with your running back rotation. And I'm telling you right now, you got a good player in Kenneth Gainwell that if the Eagles don't want to, in a couple of years, the Eagles don't want to re-sign Miles Sanders, Kenneth Gainwell could be that new running back in Philadelphia that could do almost anything. So we got a super chat for Bearded Jabaro Gaming. What's going on, man? It says Sherman for cornerback 2. I'm not a fan. Number one, Sherman, we all know Sherman's out of his prime. As a role player, he's good. As a guy you have to depend on, not anymore. Don't like him. He's always hurt. He's washed. To me, he's not great. I mean, I wouldn't even get desperate and get him. I'm not a fan of Richard Sherman at all. I'm really not. So that's just unfortunate. So Jock says, hey, Joey, how are you? I just got here. Appreciate it, Jock. Jock's one of the long-time members to the channel for a long time. Eagles champ, what's going on, bro? Malika 5 says, all we need to do is worry about cornerback 2 when we give up Ertz and Dillard. I don't mind giving up Dillard. I really don't. I don't see him with any value, guys. I mean, let me know if Dillard has any value because his body can't even hold up in the NFL as of right now. That's what gets me kind of crazy right now. So I really don't know. I really don't know about him at all. But Ertz, bye. See you later. I don't care where he goes. I don't care if we get no compensation. I don't care if we just flat out release him. I could care less at this point. I want to get that cap space and get some money back for him and make Dallas Goedert be your starting tight end and hopefully gets extended because it sounds like there's extension. There's some extension, rumors going around right now. So. God's Warrior 85, Peace 85, what's going on, man? So honestly, I think Jalen Hurts will be fine. I see Hurts being great. Fly, Eagles, fly. I do too. It's really hard to say that he's not going to do anything. Like, I get really upset when people say he's going to be a bust or, he might. I mean, you never know. Like, look, I'm not going to say he's going to be a Pro Bowler this year or anything like that. All I'm saying is that there's just so much more that I just feel like he's want the Eagles fans to know that he's trying his hardest, and wants them to know that he wants the fans to know that he's getting prepared. You know what I mean? And I can't really say much else about it, guys. Like, I think Hurts is going to show us something. 5-star FSG says, you rock, Joey. I love your videos. 5-star. Appreciate it, man. Much appreciated. There is 154 people in the chat, guys. Guys, haven't subscribed to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. This channel just hit over 13,000 subscribers like a couple weeks ago, which is fantastic. Awesome. The support has been unreal. Guys, haven't liked the video, hit the like button. If you guys haven't checked out the memberships, when you get a membership, you become a moderator for the channel, obviously. So check those out as well. So at the pinpointed comment and obviously in the description below. Appreciate everybody being here. Am I missing something? Richie MC with the super chat. Thank you very much, man. He says, does Rager have sure enough hands to play in the slot? A botched pass leads to interceptions. I think he does. I think with the whole entire offseason, which he didn't have with this team last year, working more on himself. I'm a big Rager fan. I'm huge. Like, people are already writing him off, and I can't stand that. I think he's going to be a nice compliment to Devontae Smith. I think he's going to do a lot of great things. So I'm pretty excited about it. I'm happy about it. I can't complain about it. So, I'm pretty excited. Kamar Braswell says, let's fly Eagles, Jalen Hurts, be MVP, might be MVP 2022, and Devontae Smith, Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes, Terry Hill. Oh, man. Look, I'm not going to go ahead of myself and say he's going to be MVP or anything like that, but all I'm going to say is this. Like, if he shows consistency in the pocket, patience in the pocket, doesn't throw 2 picks a game, when he does his rollouts, I hope, I've seen him, even the 4-game sample size was just not enough last year. Like, I could critique everything he did last year, he had 9 picks, he fumbled the ball a few times, you know what I mean? He had his great moments and he had his bad moments, and potentially he did play worse out of those 4 games, and it's just unfortunate, but we can't put the blame on him. It's everything. It's everything about this team last year. So it gets kind of crazy. Shamir Whitaker says, Jack Stoll will be a great number 2 option at tight end. I really like Jack Stoll a lot. I do. I'm going to give Hakeem Butler, Jason Kroom, Caleb Wilson. I'm going to give some of these guys some chances behind Dallas Goedert. But Jack Stoll, they gave him so much. They gave him, out of all the undrafted free agents, guys, here's a fact. The Eagles gave Jack Stoll the most guaranteed money. What was it, like $122,500? All guaranteed, just to try out for the team. Like, that's how bad they wanted Jack Stoll to come here. They paid him a good penny for an undrafted free agent. Doesn't seem like a lot, but $155,000, it's a lot of money for a guy that, is just coming to try out. You know what I mean? So, Eagles Champ 1 says, you go, Joey. Love your channel. Keep it great work. Fly, Eagles, fly. Hurts easy. Appreciate it, Eagles Champ. Much love, man. Much love, dude. Soul Bro says Dillard and a second for J.C. Jackson. Everyone's been talking about J.C. Jackson, and surprisingly hasn't been traded yet. So I don't know if they're asking for too much out of J.C. Jackson, what's going on. So, I mean, I know the Stephon Gilmore stuff's going on, which I don't think, guys, I don't want to pay another corner that much money right now. Right now is not the time to pay up big contracts. It's really not, unless you extend some contracts. Not saying Stephon Gilmore can't play, because he can. He's one of the best corners in the league. He's, 31, 32 years old right now. And, I just don't think it's the right time for it. But obviously it's a huge need for this team, so it's hard for me to say don't sign him. But obviously he wants a new contract, or maybe some type of reworked contract, wants more money, so who knows at this point. We will see. Comment says, I don't like Dillard's attitude. He's complains about moving to right tackle. He got into a fight with Barnett. Yeah, right tackle was bad, man. That's the worst thing the Eagles did. And look, I put blame on the Eagles for a lot of Andre Dillard. Like, even though Andre Dillard is really, the health aspect is his own fault. When they drafted him, they redshirted him. They put Jason Peters in front of him. Then when they had him play, when Grandpa Moses went down because he was too tired, okay, Jason Peters, they put him at right tackle. They started him, 3 games, put him at right tackle for 1 game, which, why would you even do that? Makes no sense to me. Why would you even put that guy at right tackle? Makes no sense. Got destroyed. Confidence blew out the window. So, I mean, just ridiculous, man. Beer Jabbar Game says, maybe Sherman can be good and cover 3-2, baby. I mean, he could, but I don't see much out of him, man. Like, I don't even trust him staying healthy. Never mind him playing, you know what I mean? Jimmy Montoya says Steven Nelson and KJ Wright in free agency could happen. I know there has been some talks about KJ Wright. I don't think he's much of a. He could play a little bit of zone. He could cover a little bit. He's not the best coverage guy, but the guy could blitz. The guy could tackle. It just depends what they want to do there. I don't know. Comment Star says, yeah, I would want J.C. Jackson or Gilmore. J.C. Jackson's a little bit younger, obviously. Brokey711 says, crazy how 7th-round Australian rugby player is playing better than the first-round pick Dillard. Crazy, right? But you know what, though? Jeff Stoughton, the offensive line coach for the Eagles, is a huge reason why this is happening. And he playing fantastic. I mean, playing just so lights out. And finally getting his chance. Violent hands. 6'8", 350 pounds. Just imagine Jordan Mailata. Then next year, Landon Dickerson, you know how big that line is going to be? That line is going to be crazy good. I mean, I'm excited. It's going to be like a wall. Like, no joke. Like, I'm excited about this line for the future. I'm pumped for it. Charter Board said the Hurt hate is real. Oh, definitely. 100%. Hurts. A lot of people don't like Hurts. Definitely. Python Lord says, who is Dillard? Have I been living under a rock or something? Yeah, I know. That's how I feel sometimes. Massive year. O-line is looking good. I think this is going to be the year where Andre Dillard gets his name. Jordan Mailata, sorry. I'm looking for Andre Dillard to get his name into the league and get some attention. I think Jordan Mailata is going to get some attention this year. I think. So. Jolo Mag, what's going on, bro? He said, what's up, Joey? Do you think we have a wide receiver over 500 yards this season? Oh, 100%. That's a given. We got a number one receiver now. It's going to open up so much for everybody else. I think you'll have 2 players over 500 yards. I think you will. 2 wide receivers in this offense. I think you could. Major wants to JR had a weight issue last year. Alex Hayes says, I have a feeling Jordan Mailata will have a Pro Bowl caliber year at left tackle. I hope so. Hey, I'm all for it, man. I am all for it. Richie MC says, yeah, for Rager in the slot. I want Jalen Rager in the slot. I think it's just, look, I know Nick Sirianni, what I do like about this offense, too, is he's making these wide receivers interchangeable. So he's moving these receivers. He's having these receivers know every single X, Y, and Z, all these positions on the field, just because you never know you're going to have matchups. You're going to want to exploit some weaknesses on, obviously, at cornerback or whatever you want to do with Kenneth Gainwell and Miles Sanders in the backfield, Kerryon Johnson, Jalen Hurts extending plays. I mean, it's a win-win for this offense when you keep these wide receivers interchangeable. And I think putting Rager in the slot is a great move because I think you can use him. I've seen good things from Jalen Rager in open space. Then you can have whoever is going to – I don't know who the next receiver is going to be on the outside, but I want to see that competition. I want to see what these guys do in preseason. I'm going to be pretty excited. Carl Drew says Gainwell could be our Fred Barnett. Jock says, who would you rather have, Jamar Chase or Devonta Smith in first-round pick next year? Devonta Smith and a first-round pick next year. Oh, who would I have at least for next year? If I had like a choice, I mean, yeah, I'd want the player because I don't trust the front office picking the player. So that's where it goes with that. Noga says Rager is going to wreak havoc over the middle of the field. I think he will. Like I just need to see him do more. And obviously, I want to see the chemistry between him and Hurts. I just want to see how Nick Sirianni spreads everybody out in this offense. It opens a lot of things up. So especially with Dallas Goedert at tight end, he's going to get some attention. So I'm excited about it with Jalen Rager to see what he could do. I'm not off the Rager train. Last year was a joke, guys. Like I don't. It was a total joke, you know what I mean? So we got Bald Eagles with the super chat. Appreciate it, man. He says, I watched NFL mic'd up Julio help Ridley develop. What would you trade for him? He could take them to the next level mentally. I don't know. I've been hearing just a second round pick. I've been hearing a first rounder. I really don't know what they've been doing, but I don't know what it's gonna. I really don't know what it's gonna cost. I don't like. Do I want to give up a first round pick for next year? Not really. I'm hoping if it's just a second, they could do that. I mean, they could take the second-round pick because I wouldn't give them the second-round conditional, but I would give them the second-rounder, our second-rounder, but not the second-round conditional if that's the case. I don't know. If they have a chance to do something, I don't know what they're doing. If they could trade Zach Ertz, if they could spice up the deal with something, I don't know what they're going to do, but we just have to see. We just have to see. And that's good. I know Julio did a really good job at Ridley, and if he could develop receivers, that's great. I mean, that's a good piece you could have on your team. I'm excited to see where Julio goes, man. I'm actually pretty excited to see where he wants to go, and I know teams definitely have been calling. So, God's Warriors Piece 85 says, "Who would compare Rager or Eagles wide receiver from the past?" Rager wise, I don't know, man. I don't think I've seen enough from Rager in like an actual normal offense to really see like who he reminds me of. I honestly don't know. I mean, I think at the end of the day, I just want him to be himself. An ex-Eagle, probably not, but, I don't know. We'll just have to see. Soul Bro says, what's up with Grimes, bro? I haven't seen many vids or pics of him at training camp. Oh, no, it's nothing, man. Like, look, the guys are not doing 7 on 7s, 11 on 11s yet. They haven't done much of anything yet, so I wouldn't even make a big deal about it. I want to see more from everybody else, too, but we haven't played preseason yet. We haven't jumped into training camp, so I obviously just give it some time as of right now. Jamie Montoya says, Ertz and Dillard for Gilmore. I mean, I would do it. I don't mind that. I mean, I really don't. You're saving cap, and obviously I just want to see what you're going to try to pay Gilmore. I mean, I want to see what you pay Gilmore. I think at the end of the day, that's what I want to see. But hopefully Jonathan Gannon uses these corners right. I think back in the past with this picket fence defense, I couldn't stand with these cornerbacks. This is why like Sidney Jones and Rasul Douglas go to other teams. And I've noticed when they went to other teams, they were more hands-on with these wide receivers. They were more physical coming off the line, where we were 5 to 10 to 15 yards back with these corners, which is totally unfair. Like if you got a cornerback that's not very fast, that can't cover fast receivers downfield, they got to get physical with these guys. And that's what the Eagles didn't do, and really just annoyed me. Joel Max says, "What, Joey, do you think Grimes beat Hightower out for a spot on the roster?" I think Hightower could beat out Grimes, but it just depends what Grimes does. Like, I want to see his speed translate. A guy that should have probably been drafted, but I just need to see more. I need to see a lot more from Grimes. I mean, there's really nothing to go on because these guys haven't put on the helmets yet. I mean, so it's hard for me to say. You know what I mean? Jason Russell says, "Have you heard about Rager getting fined or being overweight?" I don't know. Was that last year that happened? Somebody was talking about that on Twitter a day or two ago. I don't know. Eagles Uncensored, what's going on? He says, "Hey, Joey, here's my hot take. Devonta Smith steals Offensive Rookie of the Year from Trevor Lawrence." That would be great, man. That's good. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that at all. Soul Bro says, too much. Too much. Ari's Gaming Vlog says, "We are one of the teams that Julio Jones wants to go to." Did he actually say that? I haven't seen anything like that. People have been saying that. I haven't seen the proof of that. But Primetime stuff at George, what's going on, man? He says, "Just imagine we could have Metcalf, Jefferson, and Smith as our wide receivers." Yeah, and on top of everything else, they probably wouldn't do anything for this team. You know what I mean? Jefferson wouldn't have 1,400 yards with us. Metcalf wouldn't have been good with us in this horrible offense. Okay, so I understand it's easy to think like that, but when you don't have developmental coaches and you don't have guys that know how to put people in the right position on offense to win football games, you're not going to have successful players. Don't matter if you draft them in the first round or not. Commissar says, "I think getting Stephon Gilmore is good because he's only 30 and has another 4 years left in him." I mean, the guy just won Defensive Player of the Year a year ago. Yeah, you know what? I think he could play a few more years. I'm not saying he's washed up. I think he could play on a high level, but obviously, you're already paying one corner a lot of money right now, and I know with Steven Nelson, you're not paying him a lot, and could be a nice role player that can handle his own on the other side. And getting Stephon Gilmore is great, but it's obviously not a future move. Obviously, we have to make a move regardless. So even if it's not a future move, it's got to be something we need right now. Like Darius Slay is only here this year and next year, and that's it, guys. Like that's all. They need to, you're hoping Zach McPherson comes up and does something. You're hoping that, they go into the draft next year and go get a couple cornerbacks. So it's going to be kind of crazy. Jace Davis says Julio said he wants to win. Why would he come to a 4-11-1 team? It's a new team, bro. I know 4-11-1, but it's a new team. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's a brand new team. So you can't compare last year to this year. You really can't with all the changes we have made. So, I mean, at this point, Julio wants to win. It doesn't mean he didn't say contender. He wants to win. I mean, it's two different things. In my eyes, it's two different things. I mean, if he goes to an organization that's trying to win and trying to win fast, or at least between this year and next year, whatever it is, then it is what it is. But he's not going to some powerhouse team. I don't think so. Whether maybe the Ravens have, I know the Ravens are taking a shot to see if they could get him. They're not going to give up a lot, but they're going to give it a shot. So I don't know. I'm very behind here. Ashford says, "Who's our best corner after Slay?" Maddox, maybe. I mean, that's the least I could probably say as of right now. Commissar says Rager equals Macklin. That's how I see it. Yeah. I mean, Macklin, fantastic. I mean, that's our last 1,000-yard receiver, guys. Jeremy Macklin, what, 2014 was the last time we had a receiver? That's crazy. Like, that's nuts. Or as Game Vlog says, there are 19 teams and we are one of them. Yeah, that's why I don't put too much into it. Vanny says, how many yards do you think Miles Sanders will get? I'm thinking he can get over 1,000 yards. He would have had over 1,000 yards last year. Last year, he would have had over 1,000 yards easily. But unfortunately, this team, they just didn't run him too much. Or, their halftime adjustments were so horrible. We'd run great in the first half and stray away from the run in the second half. So, that's what Doug Peterson, what he was doing. I don't know what the hell he was doing, but it's just crazy. The Nest out West Foothills, what's going on? He says, should Rager return punts if we have him starting in the slot? They could. I mean, I'm glad we have a new special teams coordinator now. So I think they should use a guy that maybe isn't a known player, unless it's like we need the best guy available emergency-wise for the team if we have to win a game with like a few seconds left. But I think they should take a guy that's on the verge of not making the roster and take one of these other guys that could do a good job special teams wise on kick returns and other stuff like that, because there's no way I want Greg Ward returning punts. There's no way I want Boston Scott returning kicks. I just don't. These guys need to get coached better. We need our third part of the game is special teams. It's got to get better, guys. It's got to get better. Jace Davis says, if you trade Ertz to Dillard, I want a younger corner than Gilmore. He's the same age as Alshon. That's what I'm saying. He's old, and I don't like getting old corners right now. Like, all you're doing is just doing the same thing. You got Darius Slay playing at a high level, but, he's old. You know what I mean? He's getting up there now. I don't want to keep refreshing the same thing. It's like, sign an old corner, sign an old corner, sign an old corner. Like, can we keep two corners in the building that play well and that have 4-year contracts at least? I mean, something like that. That's why you got to draft. That's why in the second round, I wasn't a huge fan of that Land Dickerson pick. Not because of the player, but because of the injuries. Okay, that's why. Because if you drafted a corner in the second round, then, obviously you would lose on Land Dickerson. Probably someone else would have picked him up, but it's just unfortunate. You know what I mean? God's Word, Piece 85 says, I could see that in Rager. Jamie Montoya says, if we get cornerback 2, the younger guys can learn from cornerback 2. Yeah, definitely. Axis Ashford says, after Slay, who do we play at corner? Do we get anyone before the season starts? Well, yeah, I'm hoping Steven Nelson becomes a Philadelphia Eagle. Like, that's pretty much the last of. I mean, the Eagles are running unless they use some of their picks next year to trade for a guy off another roster right now, which is going to be hard to do, but maybe it won't. So you just kind of have to wait. We're just going to have to wait and see. But Steven Nelson is my top guy right now to go take. Like, go get him. I don't know what you're waiting for, but go get him. It's after June 1st. You got some cap space back. Do something with Zach Ertz and go sign Steven Nelson. Get him here. That's all I'm asking. Jock Talk Rager weight issue was last year. Yeah, I thought it was last year, not this year. Commentator says, funny, it seems like almost player that leaves here plays better somewhere else except for Foles. Foles just got what it takes to play here, so he won't stay here. Yeah, I mean, he probably thinks to himself that he's not going to start in Philadelphia, and if he came to Philadelphia, he's not going to be a starter, like I just said before. I just said that twice. I don't know why. Don't mind me. It's a long day. And then, they got Andy Dalton. They moved up and drafted a quarterback this year. So at the end of the day, it's like he thinks he has a better chance to start in Chicago than coming here. You know, he bought, just remember, guys, after the 2018 season, he bought himself to get back in the free agency. He actually paid the Eagles to get back in the free agency. He didn't want to be here. Like, he said, you know what? I can start for a team now. I can go somewhere else and be successful. Obviously, it didn't last long. Went to the Jaguars first game, pretty much got hurt. What was it? Collarbone injury, whatever it was. And he was out the whole year. And then obviously going to the Bears. So he's had a very up and down career. But obviously, I think he's had more success. Whether, you know, obviously the championship definitely helped that, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Rich Lair says, I think Rager was lifting weights too big for his size and the Eagles fined him. What? That's stupid. That's like the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Ted H to FMN says, what wide receivers do you think they'll keep this year? I say Smith, Rager, Ward, Fulgham, Quez, and Hightower. I actually agree with all of those. That's great. I don't know if Jamon Osmond's probably not going to be here. You know, he's just trying out. Trevon Grimes is a big iffy one to me because I need to see him on the field, what he could do. So it's really gonna take everybody. I want to see more from Quez. I want to see more from John Hightower. Fulgham definitely 100%. You know what I mean? And we'll see. We got a super chat from the Nest Out West of Philly Hills. Appreciate it, bro. He says, help me get to Philly this year, you guys. Yeah, dude, if you guys haven't subscribed to the Nest Out West, he has a channel. He's over 800 subs. He's almost to like 1,000 subscribers. Guys haven't subscribed to him, please subscribe to his channel. If you guys have not, go over to his channel and hit the subscribe button and hit the like button on his videos. He puts out great content every single day. I would not steer you the wrong way, so please, if you guys have not, go subscribe to him, and yeah, you need to get over here, man, and go to a game. I'm going to the opener. I can't wait to go. It's going to be a fun time, bro. Fun time. Joe Max says, it seems like the new staff is getting the players they want to do. You think that Howie was finally learned a lesson to his staff? I think so. I think there's some changes. I think, honestly, Jolo, you want to hear the truth? I really think that Nick Sirianni had Howie Roseman's ear this year. I really think so. I think he's had Howie Roseman's ear. I think he's done some really good things. I think he's listened to some. I think Jeffrey Lurie has put some rules down for what they kind of want to do. I definitely saw some changes definitely in this draft. I thought this is probably one of the best drafts we've had probably in a while. I understand we haven't seen some guys play yet, but between some of the moves we have made, I actually like this offseason. Now, it wasn't the most like Devontae Smith was the most exciting piece of this offseason, but between the coaching staff changes, what we kind of wanted, and no Jim Schwartz, no Doug Peterson, the whole offensive assistant staff gone, Press Taylor, just everybody gone. You know what I mean? And it's a fresh start. And Nick Sirianni is changing this culture here, and now it's gonna be up to the players to make it even better. So I'm pretty pumped for it, man. I think he has learned a little bit from his coaching staff. I think Nick Sirianni has definitely had Howie's ear a little bit, so there's no doubt about it. There's no doubt. That's what I believe. God Warrior Peace 85 says, to Eagles fans, including my own self, let's not forget about last season. This year is brand new, fresh start. Everyone just taking one day at a time. Relax, enjoy the year. I can't say more than that. That's the perfect way to say it. God's Warriors. That's perfect, bro. Because you know what? This team, it's going to surprise you this year. This team is going to surprise you this year. I think it's going to surprise a lot of people, guys. I think it's going to surprise a lot of people in this organization and the fans. And like everyone looks down on us. Everyone outside the Eagles looks down on us. Fans or obviously NFL. And I don't really care because you know what? I want this team to be surprising this year. That's what I want. So, Commissar said, I do wish the best for Foles. Though I hope he finds success eventually. I hope so too, bro. I hope so too. Axis Harvard says, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside for a corner. The umbrella man for a cornerback. Who would trade for J.J. Arcega-Whiteside? Andy Hans says, Smith, Rager, Fogel, Quez, Ward, Grimes. Oh, that's a good one. So Grimes is in there now. Hightower is out of there now. So some people think Hightower's on the bubble. Interesting. DeWalt Jones is the kid from LSU cornerback, has to be our first pick next year. Oh, Stingley Jr.? Stingley? I forgot his name. Stingley? I forgot his name. Jr. I've watched some tape on him. Probably is the first corner taken next year. 10-inch says, I like Grimes too, but feel like he's more of a PS guy than Hightower. I like his tape from last year. Also could see him put J-Jaw at tight end if the coaching staff likes him. Yeah, I don't know about J-Jaw going to tight end. I don't know if that's the case, but I don't know. I just think it's a garbage pick. At the end of the day, I think J.J. Arcega-Whiteside was just a garbage pick. I know we're trying to figure out where to put him and what we're going to do with him. I just think he's so garbage. I don't even know what else to say about him anymore. Like I think it's like after this year, I don't know. He might not even – he'll probably be on practice squad. I don't even know at this point. Jamie Montoya says, what is your favorite competition group on this team? My favorite competition group, obviously it's wide receiver as of right now. It's wide receiver. Just because there's so many receivers on this roster that had short-term success with us, like I just can't wait to see more from this squad. I really can't wait. You know what I mean? I like the running backs. I like the linebackers. You know, I like Nick Sirianni promised us competition, and my God, there is competition at some positions here, so. Nelson PNK Floyd says, I really want to see that what JB Dewey could do. Pretty sure I heard he was considered a first rounder before he opted out last year. I don't know. He's got great size. He's got good arm strength, but his accuracy is like, you know. I want to, obviously he's going to get a lot of reps for preseason, and I want to see him throw the football, so we'll see what happens. Richie Lawler said, never mind, Joe, I was wrong about him lifting weights. Rager went 3 pounds overweight during the season, so they fined him. That's ridiculous. Like that's what they do. Like that's ridiculous. Guys, we're 85, PCA 5. I would trade Whiteside second round pick for Julio Jones, then trade Ertz and Dillard to Buffalo for picks. Whiteside in the second rounder, is that even enough? I mean, some people are just saying just a second rounder, but do they even want Whiteside at this point? I don't even know. Trade Ertz and Dillard to Buffalo. They could do that as well, but that's going to be tough, man. The longer they wait, the worse this is going to get. Dan Cormer says, damn, Joe, you still live? What's up? What's going on, man? I've been live for, dude. It's not even an hour yet. It's not even an hour. Papa asks, is 10 wins minimum? I could see it. I feel comfortable with that. Commissar says, guys, what I want to go are JJ Dillard, Sabalo, all could be traded for good capital. And, I think you add more draft picks for next year. 10 draft picks next year? I think we have 10 draft picks next year. So I'm pretty excited for it. Look, the more they have next year, the better it is. We're gonna have cap space. We're gonna have 10 picks. I mean, it's gonna be fantastic. I'd be pretty happy about it. Axis Astro says JG the Umbrella Man Whiteside needs to get her done this season. I don't think so, bro. Derek Stingley. Okay, there we go. Derek Stingley. Stingery. I don't even know like his name. Hold on. God's word says everyone stay blessed because God's always time, always 5 for life. Let's go 76ers versus the Hawks. Let's do it, bro. Sloppy Show says still think we should put Nick Area as OC since he helped offense so much. This is a guy that ran the wrong way, guys. Just remember that. Jock says Nick's preaching competition. Where is competition for kicker and punter? True that, dude. Where's the competition? I mean, they have a punter right now. I'm not even worried about that. But they need the opposite of choking is our kicker. Okay? The guy Jake Elliott can't even hit a 21-yard field goal. I mean, that's how bad it was. Eagles Uncensored said, listen, we got rid of Matt Collins. You got to let JJ go. It would be wrong to keep JJ after letting Mac go just wrong. And, I don't know. Like, Matt Collins, I was actually really excited for. Even after every time in 2017, Matt Collins did a fantastic job. Every time he got into the game, he was producing. He was getting first downs. He was producing. Big touchdown for the Redskins game. What was it? Monday night, Thursday night, whatever it was. Sunday night, whatever it was. And then obviously he had a couple snaps in that playoff game against the Falcons, and he did some good things. But at this point, we could have done more with some of these guys that we had that are gone now. So I'm not. JJ's just a wasted space on this roster. Just wasted space. Got a super chat from Bald Ego says our defense can make up for lack of corners. Here's the thing, like. if we don't have a corner upside Darius Slay, we have to depend on. We need turnovers, guys. I think we can all agree. Like, this team needs to get turnovers. Jonathan Gannon defense is all about 11 guys going to the football, okay, and being successful in zone. See, Darius Slay might play more zone this year than he did man last year. You know what I mean? So yeah, the things might change up. The scheme might change up a little bit, but I'm telling you, like, sky's the limit. And you got to depend on your defensive line. Now you adding Ryan Kerrigan. You got Milton Williams. You got Tavares Jackson, or Taron Jackson, that we drafted from Coastal Carolina. I'm excited for. I'm excited about Milton Williams and Taron Jackson. I really am. I'm very excited about it. So, but I don't want to depend on our defensive line. Like, I mean, with Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargrave, and all these guys coming back, Kerrigan on top of it, Brandon Gray. I mean, Josh Sweat could even have a better year this year. You know what I mean? Derek Barnett, obviously, I got to see, can he stay healthy at least for a year? I'd appreciate it. I just don't want to go through. I mean, Barnett's making like $10 million this year. I mean, some of these things it's a head scratcher to me. But I don't want to defend on this defensive line for everything. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see good coverage, but obviously it's hand in hand. So I understand that good coverage means that you can get a sack. Helps your defensive line out when you have bad coverage. And you depend on your defensive lines. Things could happen. So we'll see what happens. Hold on. I'm trying to see something here. I don't think I see it yet. Mile Fox says, in February, Nathan Gary came into my job and bought a brand new key. Cool dude, but I wanted to tell him he's. That is funny. That is funny, bro. Bald Ego says, defensive line. Brogy Sternlove says, I really like Samal, not the biggest name, but he's undeniably a top 20, 25 guard. But if we need him, let him go. So be it. Can't hold on to everyone for so long. Samalo, I'm not a big fan either of Samalo. I mean, his run blocking is definitely better than his pass protection. I'll give him that. They have him as one of the best guards. And I think he is one of the best, definitely. I could range him from 20 to 25, probably. But that's really up to the Eagles what they want to do. I mean, they really don't have to touch much of anything right now, depending on who they sign. I think the Eagles are going to be good if this cap number does go up for the whole league next year, which I think it will stay moderately right there, not at the highest cap at $208 million, but if it gets a little lower, it stays moderately good. Eagles got $30 to $50 million in cap space next year. I kind of range it in that aspect, so. Alex Hayden says, I just feel like with the Eagles' track record, we could just assume half of our stars will be injured by week 5. I'm hoping when Doug left, that injury bug went out the door with him. So Sam Fleming III says that's the scheme they need with corners who can't man up. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you got a corner that cannot cover an open space downfield, you can't cover these twitchy, fast wide receivers. You got to let these corners get hands on these guys and kind of work their size and work their hands on these receivers. Disrupt them out of their route and work from there. You can't line up a bad corner 10 yards apart from the receiver with a free release off the line. It makes absolutely no sense. Jock talks our offensive line, defensive lines will be top 5. I think they could be, and that's really obviously injuries, and they need to get after it. Tanny says, did we ever restructure Barnett? If not, maybe we can get a solid return for him since we have depth and may not be the team after this year. We did not restructure Barnett. The Barnett is making $10 million this year, and it's just a mess. I don't know why they never at least extend him so you lower that cap number a little bit. I mean, I don't know why, but I mean, Barnett's probably going to walk. I mean, even if he has a good year, it's not enough. You know what I mean? It's really not. I'd rather have Josh Sweat than Barnett right now. I really would have. 10-inch says Sweat's going to be a beast. He gets better every single year, bro. Sloppy Joe says, I think Patrick Johnson could be like a discount Zayvon Collins. Dude is agile for a guy his size and have a few picks and coverage at Tulane. I'm looking at a lot of Patrick Johnson fans out there. We're gonna see Jacoby Stevens. We're gonna see what these guys could do, man. It's gonna be exciting with this whole linebacker group. There's so many guys at this linebacker group right now. It's kind of crazy. Tone to Shields, what's going on, man? He says, what's up, Joey? Glad you're back up and running. I am, but we're not flooding. It's fantastic. If you guys haven't subscribed to Tone to Shields, go to his channel and sub him up. Another Eagles content creator, covers the Sixers as well, has one of the best merch I've ever seen. So please go to his channel and check it out. Really, check it out, guys. Comment Star says, honestly, Herbig should be left guard. Played so much better than Samal ever did at left guard position. Herbig went head-to-head with Aaron Donald. He held his ground. Comment Star, that was perfect. That whole thing, what you just said, was perfect. He literally went one-on-one with Aaron Donald, played fantastic. And could play both guard spots, guys. I mean, that's the more you could play on the offensive line, the more worth you're going to have. And that's a good thing with Nate Herbig. There is 174 people to chat, guys. If you guys are new, subscribe to the channel. Hit the subscribe button. We go over Eagles news all year round. If you guys haven't hit the like button, hit the like button. It really does help this channel a long way. It really does. Support is unreal. We hit over 13,000 subscribers probably a couple weeks ago. The support's been fantastic. Guys haven't checked out the memberships. Guys, become a member for the Shake Squad Army. You become a moderator for this channel automatically as well. So I do appreciate everybody being it here and checking out this live stream. We haven't live streamed since Friday. And obviously this Saturday on my channel, we'll have the Philly Shakedown podcast at Philly 500. So pretty pumped about that. And we're going to get this going. Eagles, Kavon Wallace, cornerback, stupid. He needs to be safety. I'm sorry, Joey Six. I don't want Mills again. Yeah, nah. Definitely not. Commissar, Samal is all right, but Herbig is good. I agree with that. I do. Definitely agree. I believe Green 20 says, can't wait for the season. Can't wait to see a defense that actually plays to get turnovers. We need turnovers, guys. Like this, we need to strip. We need to strip. Oh God, that's horrible to say. But we need to strip balls out of people's hands. We need to see something here. How many times the past few years we've dropped like real easy picks? I mean, it's happened a lot of times, guys. But hopefully with Jonathan Gannon's defense, yeah, we're gonna do some good things. Eagles Uncensored said, also, Joey, appreciate you sharing my tweet for my first ever podcast set to go off on Friday. Thank you so much for your support. God bless, and no problem. I like supporting new Eagles content creators all over the place, and you're one of them, and I do appreciate, just tweeting out to everybody that you're going to have a podcast. I'll try to get some traffic your way and to get people to check you out. So I will be watching that Friday. I have nothing to do Friday, so I'll be checking it out. Eagles Uncensored, guys. Check them out. Philadelphia Burger says, Josh Sweat starting caliber defensive end. Hope we extend him. I hope so, too. I think, was he 24 years old? He's young. I mean, he's young. And I feel like he doesn't need to be a rotational defensive end, guys. He can actually get more snaps. Like, I'm really high on Josh Sweat. Axe After says Jannard Avery is going to dominate as linebacker. Everyone is forgetting about him. Yeah, you know what? When we traded for him in 2019 for a fourth-round pick by the trade deadline, he was a linebacker for the Browns. And then obviously we transformed him into a defensive end. He played for like maybe a game, and then he's been a project ever since then. So I'm excited about Jannard Avery moving back. Jannard Avery moving back to linebacker, so I'm pretty pumped about it. We got Philly Girl 76. What's going on? It says, tune in from the road. What's good? Nothing much. Just chilling. Comment Star says Barnett should get traded as well. Yeah, they're not going to trade Barnett. We need depth at defensive end, so that's definitely not going to happen. Pedro Smith. What's going on, bro? Chris Cooper says, hey, Joey Shake. Shout out. Chris Cooper. Check him out. Pedro Smith says, we got to do a Philadelphia-Washington collab. I would like that. Hey, if anybody, like, during the season, just message me on Twitter, at JoeyShake72. Follow me at Twitter, JoeyShake72. I think the only Washington football team content creator I know is, I forgot his name, but he's pretty big. I think he's got, like, 10,000 subscribers. I forgot his name, though. I forgot, but he's a good guy, and I hope I meet more people and do some collabs with some people. So, hey, just hit me up, bro. Just hit me up. Tennessee Sweat is better than Barnett. I've been hyping him up since draft day. I think Sweat was supposed to be a first-round pick in the draft, but he had like a pretty bad knee injury, of what I know from college, from Florida State. Leo says, any update on Kelly Green jerseys? No, I don't think anything's going to happen. Philadelphia Burger says, Sweat ran a 4.4 at the spare combine coming out of high school. That's crazy. Ray Meyer says, I don't think Peterson worked these guys hard enough in training camp and practice, and these guys are soft. That's why the injuries. That's probably why, too. Or I've heard that I thought Peterson overworked some of these guys at practice, so that could cause injuries as well. So you never know. Sam Fleming III says the whole defensive line is likely to have a better year than last year because simply Gannon will disguise blitzes. Jim Schwartz was incredibly predictable, 100%. Yeah, and I know from Gannon, he does make certain fronts look different, and then obviously changes. I've seen that with the Vikings defense when he was with Mike Zimmer. He likes to disguise. Mike Zimmer likes to disguise his defense a lot, so I'll be taking a lot out of his book as well. Tony Shields saying it's a sweat with the degenerative knee condition is a shame. He could easily be a top defensive end in this league. I think the more snaps he gets, the better he becomes. I feel like the longer he's in a game, the more efficient he's going to be, the more disruptive he's going to be in the backfield. I mean, that's just me, though. You know what I mean? Alex says, I bet Phil Jackson could win 5 NFL games with this team. Phil Jackson. Nick Diaz says the running back room is stacked. You have 8 running backs right now, guys. Now, obviously, Adrian Killens is not going to be a running back for the Philadelphia Eagles. He'll probably be on practice squad most likely. Elijah Holyfield is not going to do anything with Kerryon Johnson and Jordan Howard in front of him, so that's not going to happen. And I think it's going to be Miles Sanders. I think Kenneth Gainwell is going to beat Boston Scott, okay? And I think Kerryon Johnson is going to beat out Jordan Howard. And I'm a huge Jordan Howard fan, okay? 10-inch says, I can't wait for Malata, Samal, Landon, Herbig, Driscoll in a few years. Maybe not Samal, though. No, I think Samal will be gone, but you're going to add some really good pieces to this offense, definitely. Dante Peterson says, how do you feel about them only wanting a second rounder for Julio? I think it's good compensation, but that's if the Eagles are willing to do that. I've never seen Howie give up we haven't traded for a player for a high draft pick in a while, guys. We haven't. When's the last time Howie traded for a player that's high caliber and obviously with a lot of picks? A high draft pick. He doesn't like giving up picks more than a 4th rounder. Okay, as you notice, he likes trading for players that are rentals. Okay, we've seen that a million times, that are cheap for the year, rentals, all on 1-year deals, and are, and you give up a late draft pick. So maybe that will change. El Yuba says, what up, Joey? Eagles will fly above everyone in the NFC East. Go Bird Gang. Let's get it. Let's get it, bro. Justin Hargody says, and strip them balls. Yeah, I tried to say it the right way. I could say it the right way. Sorry, it sounded really bad, but hey, it is what it is. Hold on. We got a super chat from Morgan Holmes. What's going on, bro? He says, Gann should use sticks defense as his first play call. Oh, and Devonta Smith is going to be a problem. I feel sorry for corners around the league. If Gannon uses stick defense, I think the fan base is going to get crazy. I really don't want to see that. I want to see them actually play defense and actually have a scheme, not just play cautious like Jim Schwartz did. I just feel like it's going to be a new, refreshing defense. And obviously with Devonta Smith, I'm going to love every minute of, if a team has injuries at corner, if there is a weakness on somebody's defense, I'm telling you, Gannon will exploit this. And we will see Devonta Smith have a big year, as we all know he will. So, Slobby Joe says Jordan Howard was really talented, was almost on par with Elliott with yards and touchdowns for 3 years with Bears. Then they wanted to go with check notes, Tariq Cohen more. Yeah, no, like Tariq Cohen was like pretty much the everything back, the jack of all trades back. They used Jordan Howard with the Bears used Jordan Howard to be that finisher, tire out defensive lines so they could pass the ball more. And, he was more of the finishing running back, bruiser running back. And obviously the Eagles brought him in 19, and he flourished like very well. Him and Miles Sanders did a fantastic job. It was good. It was good. Hold on. We got a super chat from Skidbarks. God, change your underwear, man. That's too much. That's too much for me. He says T.O. was the last top flight player. If Howie brings in one, I'll change my skivvies. Yeah, like, look, like, Julio Jones can still play, and him and Devontae Smith. Look, if you bring Julio Jones in, as much as I don't like it, I do like it, but I don't like it. I don't like it as, like, for a cap and for the future and everything like that. But when it comes to, like, right now, like, bringing him in, yeah, it would be exciting. I mean, Devontae Smith, Julio Jones, and then Jalen Reagor, Dallas Goedert, and Jalen Hurts, and Miles Sanders, Kenneth Gainwell. I mean, it's going to be a crazy offense with Julio Jones here. I mean, definitely. But here's the thing. If Julio Jones gets traded to the Eagles, I think the Philadelphia Eagles are trying to contend this year. Because they have done something. Even when I watch NFL analysis people, every time I watch people, they're always like, they don't know are the Eagles rebuilding or what are they doing? I feel like the Eagles do want to win this year. I feel like they still do want to win this year. But if they trade for Julio Jones, they definitely want to win this year. No doubt about it. Just me, though. You know what I mean? Just me. Jock says, just think, Eagles versus Colts Super Bowl. Oh, man. You know, God. We face the Colts next year in Indianapolis. He's lucky. Carson Wentz is lucky we're not playing at the link. That's all I got to say. Eagles Colts be nuts. Torville, what's going on, man? He says, I didn't like Jim Schwartz's philosophy. I didn't like Jim Schwartz's philosophy. It doesn't matter how many points we give up as long as we win. I would rather have the philosophy of trying not to allow points, period, instead of skating by. And I think that's what Jim Schwartz did. He was skating by a lot of games. Unfortunately, that's just what happens. You know what I mean? Picket fence defense, keeping Nathan Gary in so many games. I don't know why. Don't play your third round pick in Davion Taylor. Don't play Sean Bradley. Don't play TJ Edwards. Don't play any of these other guys that are potentially better. But keep it Nathan Gary because he's blowing games. He's getting literally all teams are doing is putting an outside receiver in the slot against Nathan Gary to cover him, and he gets beat off the first move. So I agree, man. I'm hoping we have a new era with Gannon. Big Play Slay, what's going on, man? It says, good stream, bro. Appreciate it, bro. Everybody's got some good questions tonight. And statements, which I do like. Dante Pearson says, Devonta Smith, next Marv Harrison. A lot of people have been saying Marv Harrison as well. Mr. International, what's going on, man? He says, Joey Shakes, what's up, bro? It's always good to watch your channel. Appreciate it, bro. Much love to everybody that's in here, man. Having a good time. It's all about us having a good time. That's all it is. Pop Ass says, Julio has the potential to be the league as long as Fitz and Jerry Rice. As long as Fitz and Jerry Rice. Sticky Fingers Reptile says, why would you... I love the profile pic, by the way. Why would we not get Julio? Give Hurts that all-star with a real chance to prove himself. I think they have an all-star Devontae Smith, but obviously you add Julio Jones to the mix. I mean, that's just... I'll be stunned if we trade for him. I'll be happy, but I'll be like, like, how much are we paying him? How's it going to affect us next year? What's the contract look like? That's my next thing. You know what I mean? If they get Julio Jones, they want to win. They want to get into the NFC Championship game this year. I'm not even kidding. If they get Julio Jones, this isn't just winning the East. This is far more than that. Sloppy Joe says, perk of playing with the NFC East, you could rebuild and still win the division. Yeah, worst division as of right now. That's definite. Jock says, no more FN sticks defense. Yeah, that's true. Kevo says, turnovers and the run game will be key. We just need another corner. Yeah, definitely. And we need that. We need that signing. We need it. I don't know. That Kerryon Johnson restructure kind of confused me. Like they did. I mean, it's like I don't know. It kind of confused me. They saved like $400,000 or $500,000. Like that's. I mean, I don't know what that restructure did. So now he's making like $900K for the year. These little moves that they're doing. I don't know what it's going towards, but I don't know. Where's he? Papa says that alone puts us above half the league. Papa says now if Jalen Sparks with this offense here we're in for a ride, and I think we are. If we see something, we see this team changing. We see things definitely changing with this team. I'm telling you, like it's going to surprise us. Like I give Jalen Hurts the most. I will congratulate him, and I'm telling you, like. I want to see. I mean, adversity. I don't think it phases him. I really don't. Like he just gets stronger every time he makes a mistake. And you know what? A lot of people put him off the map, but I don't write him off at all. I don't. I feel like because you know what? I feel like when he has a whole off season, the way he's been working out with the rest of these receivers this year, and just he's been working out with everybody, man. Like it's been crazy. It's been absolutely crazy what we could do, and how he is working his tail off this offseason. I can't. I've every time I watch it, I mean, and then people tell you, oh, well, he's supposed to do that. I'm like, I know that, but now with a full offseason, he's working out he's trying to build up this chemistry before even OTAs start. Okay, and he was doing that. You know what I mean? So I want him to surprise us. I saw a big difference when he came to the game. And look at the excitement around the team right now. Even last year, look at the excitement. Miles Sanders was still wearing his pads going to a press conference after the game saying, I'm excited for Jalen Hurts to play. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of excitement in the air with this quarterback. He gravitates players towards him, which is great. Fantastic. Maverick, what's going on? I said, Joey, I expect you at the parade, Broad Street Coach Sixers. Yeah, dude. Let's go to the second round of the playoffs. Go get Atlanta. Let's go get them. Joel says, Joey, how about you? How do you feel about Howie? Has he done enough to renew his contract to stay as GM? This is where it gets tough because now it's up to the coaches to develop these players. This is the test right now. Obviously, Jeffrey Lurie is not going to be able to defend Howie Roseman for a long time because if your draft picks are not, you can't go on years and years saying, oh, the coaches aren't developing. I drafted really good guys. Coaches aren't developing. You can only do that for so many years. So I think at this point, I think they've done I thought they've done well to build around Jalen Hurts, which obviously they should have done this around Carson Wentz. I don't think they did that for him at all. But I think they did a good job. I thought Howie did a pretty good job. I think he's added depth behind the offensive line. I think you added your number one receiver. Rager's going to get his shot this year. Then you're giving 8 more receivers a chance to start at the other side. And, I thought he did a pretty good job. I thought the draft was a pretty good draft for the needs that we needed, and obviously some picks for the future like Landon Dickerson, and obviously you get a running back in the 5th round. And you're like, well, yeah, why not? You know what I mean? Like you never know at this point. So I think he's done a good job. Great, no, but I think it's good. I think it's good enough. I don't think it's like, oh, he did a fantastic job. We're ready to go. We're ready to go. But I just think he did a solid job this offseason, definitely. So there's nothing bad towards Howie right now. But is it enough to get an extension for Howie? I don't know. That's going to be a big decision that's going to be made by the front office, and I don't really want him here. That's just me. Just look so the Eagles have 10 picks next year, right? Eagles have 10 picks, 3 potential first rounders. A GM is gonna if say Howie Roseman gets fired, right? A GM is gonna walk into this building and a GM is gonna look at this team and be like, oh, I'm definitely gonna apply. I'm definitely gonna go get an interview with the Eagles because I could turn this team around. It only makes it look good for a GM. The GM's gonna have 3 first round picks, cap space on top of it for free agency, and it's only going to attract more jobs if Howie Roseman is fired. So, I mean, I don't want him here. That's just me, but I just got to see what this roster turns into this year, and really that's it. So, Be More Careful says, I would like to get Julio, but it's a reason other than contract that the Falcons are okay letting him go. Well, it's because of his contract. If they trade him before the deadline, June 1st, it would have been 23 against the cap, 15 guaranteed. But now they could free up $15 million in cap space by trading him. So they have no cap. I don't even think they signed the rookie class yet. I don't think they even signed them yet. That's what I read. Their starter. I mean, they haven't even signed any of their guys yet. So they're in a bad cap situation right now, a really bad one. Congress says, good or bad? I just want football bad. I'm itching for it. I'm curious how we're going to be. I know, bro. I'm excited for it. I can't wait. Sam Fleming says the team certainly looked to be playing harder when Hurts came off the bench. The future will hinge on its physical ability to perform. Yes. How Nick Sirianni runs this offense, and obviously the leadership of Jalen Hurts, and obviously we'll find some leadership with his defense. So we'll see. Sloppy Show says, hear me out. Devonta Smith can be like a better Calvin Ridley for Julio. Yeah, could. Yeah, I think so. I think so. I think when Devontae Smith was compared to Calvin Ridley, I think during the draft. If you guys don't remember, I think I guess getting that explosiveness off the line and doing all that. So Eagles Chaps would rather get cornerback over 32 Julio Jones, but won't complain, but want guys Quez, Rager, Ward, Hightower, Fulgham, not named, Bum, Wideside. I mean, yes, I would want a corner before anything. I could care less about Julio Jones coming here, but we need a cornerback in this room. I mean, immediately. I think we do. So, Bob S., I watched him get sat in the second half of the NCAA championship game in our backseat to transfer and still rise above. Torvald says, if we get Julio Jones, who will wear number 11? The last time we had 11 lined out as wide receiver, it was Carson Wentz. Why did they do that? Like, if Jalen Hurts is getting reps to spark the team when Carson was playing bad, why did they keep Carson Wentz as a receiver? Take him off the field, put in another receiver. What, you think like Carson Wentz is a threat on the field? I don't know what Doug was doing with this offense last year. I swear to God. Makes no sense. I'm just watching here. I don't know. I get confused. I just get confused over this sometimes. Kevo says, I like how Boss Scott mentioned that Hurts is actually running routes to give examples of how he wants them run. Yeah, an A1 leader. I'm telling you, it's Hurts is doing more than I would think he was going to do. Like, coming off of last year, I was like, oh, Hurts is going to work out. He's going to come in and he's doing so much more. Like, he's in the room with the guys. He's watching film. He's going over things at practice. He's doing so much more that I thought he was, I didn't think he was not capable of it, but, I mean, it's really nice to see. Russell Bradshaw says Colts offensive scheme with the Vikings defensive scheme could spell Super Bowl for us soon. I think, honestly, guys, I think they're ready to compete. If they're not ready to compete this year, I think they're ready to compete next year or the year after that. The latest is 2023 to compete. I mean, that's me, though. You know what I mean? Eagles fan says, no, he finally drafted one time, not renewing him. We need fresh blood. Definitely. I think we do. I mean, look, if Howie stays, it is what it is. People are going to be mad, but if we're winning, it's not going to matter at the end of the day. If we're winning, it does not matter. You know what I mean? So, Ian Farmer says, bro, if I see you at the opener, I got to shake your hand, my guy. Quick question. What's your thoughts on both the Chiefs and Bucks coming to Philly? It's going to be two tough games, but I think it's going to be really nice to see, like, it's really going to be nice to see like where the Eagles are and how competitive they are against high profile teams like the Bucks and Kansas City. So, and they're at home, which is great. So, I'm excited for those games. You know, people are like, oh, loss. You know, I'm just like, well, you never know. At any given Sunday, you never know. And yes, I will be at the opener and just come up and shake my hand. I'll be wearing my Joey Shake 72 Eagles jersey. So it's not hard to miss me at all. So. Jock says, by receiver, Smith, Rager, Fulgham, Quez, Hightower, Grimes. I like that too. Matt Week says, I'm praying Jalen Hurts proves a lot of people wrong. Hashtag. I can't even talk. Hashtag Hurts season. Cans, if Howie's gone, at least we got a lot of capital to attack a new GM. It's going to attract a new GM with, I'm telling you, if Howie Roseman gets fired, another GM is going to be like, wait, the Eagles had a pretty good season, not bad. They got a quarterback that they like, and I like them, and they have 10 draft picks. Potentially, they have 3 first-round picks, potentially. And then they got some cap space. Man, we could turn this team around, you know? So, Todd Jones said, I want to get Julio and Watson. Let's go win a Super Bowl. Yeah, the Watson thing won't be a thing until next year unless he signs somewhere else. But Kai Agonalzi says, I really feel Devonta Smith can go down in history better than Harrison. That's crazy, man. He's got so much talent. Alex Hayes said, I low-key think Howie has built a great team post-Wentz. There are so many teams that would have completely fell apart after firing her coach and QB. Nah, this team is not pointing fingers. It feels I feel a positive, like positive feelings in the air. I feel like I'm getting just a positive airflow with this team. Nothing negative at all. No finger pointing, no none of that. Like that's why like I just, you know, if Howie Roseman sneakily did something good with this team, then, hey, it is what it is. But I actually, you know, the draft was up and down for me. But then looking at these draft picks, I said, wow, this is a pretty good draft. It's not a bad draft at all. You know what I mean? So, Eagles on Saturday said, mark my words, Hurts is going to have the same year, if not better year than Wentz did his year 2. Wow. That's crazy. And, hey, if he does it, then I'll be happy. I mean, no doubt about it. Reminder said, if this staff developed the young players from last year, our picks this year started to say Howie won't go anywhere. Yeah, it might not happen, but I'm just saying, how many years are you going to go and say, oh, Howie Roseman can't for another? How many years is he going to say, oh, it's the coaching staff, it's the coaching staff? I mean, he can't do it every year. You know what I mean? He can't do it for years and years and years. Like, he can only say that for so many years until he's canned. You know what I mean? I think there was like a nice like leash on him this year, and Nick Sirianni did a collaborative effort with him in the draft, and I think Nick Sirianni had Howie's ear this year. That's most definitely. Tony Forsett says, I'm a Colts fan. Thoughts on Wentz? Why did he regress? With Carson Wentz, I don't know. I feel like since he's been the guy here, we've been dealing with a lot of injuries. We've had high hopes for him. Obviously, 2017, jumping in the end zone, getting that ACL, getting those injuries, unfortunately, it definitely regressed him, and it just got worse. 18, he had the spinal injury, and, then obviously he had to get benched for a backup quarterback that became successful again. And then it just, 2020 came around, and, unfortunately, it wasn't just him. It was a lot of other things. But he was kept on the field for like a lot of games, for 12 games, and still like just didn't pan out. And as soon as he was benched, and obviously heard from him being on a couple shows and even on his introductory press conference to be on the Colts as a quarterback, he said, that moment when he was benched, his mind was, he needed something, he needed a change, and that shows me weakness. That shows me he's not strong-willed. He never respected the Eagles fans. He didn't say nothing to Eagles fans at all. Like, not like a private message on Twitter to say, hey, guys, like, I'm so sorry about everything, and I wish things did work out. I mean, at least something like that would have at least made me feel better about letting him go. But because, like, he just, like, left, not a word. People buy your jerseys. People do so many things to respect you, and this is what you do. And I don't know. It rubbed me the wrong way. I don't respect him for what he did, and a rookie just beat him out of his job. So mentally, he was getting beat at practice. He was getting beat at practice mentally, and then when the time came, they had to pull the plug and bench him. Week 12 of the season against Green Bay, whatever it was. So, and Hurts came in and obviously, played well, and then, didn't really play well later on, but a spark came to this team. This whole team was falling apart. Now, I don't think the Eagles have treated Carson well with putting weapons around him, but it didn't help him last year with no run game. I mean, nothing. But Wentz looked bad. Mechanically, he couldn't throw a screen pass. He had no chemistry with the receivers. I didn't see any videos of him even being with receivers in the offseason. But at least I know with COVID around and all that stuff happening, that's just what happened, unfortunately. So, I can't blame him for everything, but his attitude is piss poor. And, yeah, that's all I really got to say. And, I wish him luck, but I don't respect him for what he did here. I really don't. Like, I don't respect him for just his attitude going out the door. I don't. That's just me, though. It is what it is. I'm over it. Tommy Donovan says, I really feel good about Hurts. Kid doesn't act like a second-year player. He's already a leader, and guys want to play with him. Gravitating players towards him, bro. I mean, you hit the nail on the head, bro. Common Star says, yeah, I saw somewhere that Jamon Brown wants to come back to Philly. You imagine the guy sacked his I reacted to that. I have a video I reacted to some clips that someone put on Twitter of Jamon Brown like tackling his own quarterback. I thought that was the most hilarious thing. Eagles on Center says Hurts is going to set new standard for what it is to be an Eagles QB. A new standard. That's awesome. FM Brad says KJ is going to replace Alex Singleton and then move Alex into the rotation. Huh. So we're going to sign KJ Wright? I mean, we could. You never know. All right, hold on. I'm losing my place here. Ray Meyer says, that's my point on Howie. If the players develop, then Howie can say it was the coaches, not his picks. Then they don't develop, then it is his picks, and he is gone. Right. Torville said Wentz didn't want to work out his mechanics. He just wants to sling it and live for the next throw. That's true. Tony says, just hope Wentz could be saved here in Indy. Do you think he can be? I don't know. I mean, he's in a perfect situation with the Colts. No competition with another quarterback, even though they drafted one. And he's got an offensive line. He's got running backs. He's got receivers. He's got everything he wants. Handed right to him. So, you know what? It's up to him to, roll with it. Eagles on the center says, Carson's downfall was his own ego, 100%. They've caressed his ego, and they've never reprimanded Wentz for his play, ever. Never reprimanded him. They let him get away with a lot. And for playing that many weeks last year, playing that bad, and he's on another roster, he would have been benched by week 4 or 5 of the season. Sam Fleming III says he was consistently passing up wide open targets, holding the ball, gets sacked, or throw basically directly to the opposition. And I understand the offensive line was a mess. I understand that the receiver, I understand, but you got to make it work, man. You're not looking like a franchise quarterback. I mean, Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady have bad years, okay? You know what I mean? They have bad years. Like, look at the Bucs with Tom Brady for his first year. Throwing picks. He threw picks like multiple games, beginning of the season. And you know what? He just had to fix himself. You know what I mean? Like, we saw no uprising to Carson Wentz. We didn't see a change in Carson Wentz. 21st said, I watched videos of him in 2017. He was magical with their yeah, he was definitely more agile at 17. He definitely weighed less at 17 and was more agile in 17. 100% when I look back at it. 100%. He said Wentz attitude, the way he handled it made me realize how soft he is. And I don't want someone like that leading my team. I understand. Hey, I'm with you on the boat, bro. Nitro Freak says 3 months away. Yeah, we're close, man. We're very close. So if you guys haven't subscribed to Nitro Freak, go to his channel, subscribe to him. He covers the Eagles. He covers Sixers. He goes to Flyers games. He does everything. So please go to his channel and subscribe to his channel if you guys haven't. One of the most realistic Eagles fans I know. Agent said, congratulations on your Sixers today. Appreciate it, man. Tony says, I think the Eagles have bright future. I think so too. I think they're in a good position to be successful, but they got to do the work to get there. So it starts out with our quarterback and Jalen Hurts and everything else down the line. So Comments say, I get how you feel, but I just feel differently. I think we failed him, and it was the best to go our separate ways. I'm not mad at him. It's just that it is no bad blood in my eyes. Yeah, it's I don't know. It's different. With me, it's different. And look, I respect anyone's opinion. I respect that opinion that you have. I think the Eagles have failed him a little bit, definitely. I don't think they built around him the right way. Obviously, Carson Wentz is his own enemy. And unfortunately, the injuries and everything else, and being promised that there was going to be some type of hope with him. And 2020 season was just so bad. I mean, once you have a bad season like that, people start pointing fingers. And he can't handle Philadelphia. He can't handle the fans. He can't handle the media. He can't handle anything. You can't. If you play bad at court, you play bad at your position, you're going to get tossed to the wolves, and you got to survive it, you know what I mean, and play better next game. Bob Add says Hurts rose from the mud 3 times already, twice in college, once in the NFL. He was meant to lead, 100%. He's been through that adversity when he was benched in college, you know what I mean? So he's already been through that. Carson Wentz has been the guy. I don't want to talk about Carson Wentz anymore. I really don't. Tonight, I care less. You know what I mean? Joseph Max said, Wentz, to me, overthinks a lot. I don't think it's going to be much better in Indy because Wentz want to do it his way. We'll see. Frank, they have the Colts going to being a Super Bowl contender this year, and they have Carson Wentz ranked 23rd best quarterback, and Jalen Hurts the second to last worst quarterback. And I know it's PFF, and there are a bunch of college kids that do PFF, but I think it's ridiculous. But that's just me, though. Tony says Nitro doesn't like Hurts. He does not. He does not. And I respect it. You know what I mean? I don't put anybody down for not liking him. Asia says, Joey, I'm a woman. Sorry. Sorry, I thought you were... Sorry, I never do that. I'm sorry. It's a name that I don't know. I know a guy that his name is Asia, so I got confused. So I am sorry. I am very sorry. Kansas is very pleased with how Jalen carries himself. I'm so rooting for him heavy. Me too. Very, very much. So that's what I'm getting from them drafting Hurts. I feel like they think he could develop into a serviceable QB, and when things break down, he can win a game with his legs, likely not Pro Bowl bound. And I think he can win the game with his legs. I mean, we saw it during that Saints game, like the first start. I was like, wow, that's great. But then, like, I thought his throwing, I want to see him be consistent in the pocket. And I think that Arizona game showed a lot of good things of him being in the pocket. Obviously, the team around him didn't do much of anything else, to help him out. But DZ Gang says, do you think we're going to get Julio? I have no idea. Not sure. Papa says they definitely didn't build around him the right way, but his glass bones and paper skin and letting 2020 beat him. Yeah, it's a year we're never gonna want to remember. So I think it's just better off. Torville says I think the Falcons and Julio Jones are throwing the Eagles' name in trade talks because the Eagles have a lot of picks. Can't see them getting Julio. Our young receivers need targets. I think the news is true. Guys. I think when you look at it, because I know the Eagles 100% have made a phone call to the Falcons to acquire Julio Jones. But obviously, what is it going to take? The Falcons probably interested too and see the Eagles have a lot of picks and, try to work something out. And to see if Julio wants to come here. That's a whole nother thing. So I don't know if they respect him that much. Say, hey, Julio, where do you want to go? I don't know. Eagle Slayer says, I feel like John Clark's in the chat. Yeah, John Clark puts out a lot of Carson Wentz stuff. I'm like, you work for NBC Philadelphia. Why are you putting out, like, Carson Wentz throwing his first pass at OTAs? Like, nobody cares. No offense, but no one cares. Alex Smith says, when Hurts got benched, he worked so hard to become a top college QB. Could do that again in the NFL. I think he can rise into the top. Asia says, do you follow, I Know You from Bad Dog. Oh, Bad Dog Channel? That's awesome. That's awesome. I was actually hitting this one before. Joey, do you follow baseball? I somewhat do. I don't have time to watch everything. Like, I can only cover the Eagles right now. I wish I can cover the Sixers and do all this other stuff, but of course I really can't. So, Ron Yancey says, Hurts is Philly strong. I stand by what I say, Joey. Hurts is going to be more mobile version of Russell Wilson. Can't wait for the season, man. I'm excited, man. I can't wait to have 100% fans in the stadium. I'm going to the opener, so hey, if you guys are there, I think I'm mostly in Lot F. Lot F is my spot, so that's where I usually am in. So, Marcus Garcia says the Eagles should get another solid cornerback. They're going to be screwed when they play a team like the Cowboys. It's not even just the Cowboys. It's every team in the league has receivers. Like, if they don't get a cornerback, we're going to get burned by every team. It's not just the Cowboys. It's just everybody. Like this, you got to have corners on your roster. There's no way they're going into the season with what they have right now. It's not enough. It's just not enough. Next year they got to draft some corners now. I don't know, because Darius Slay has one more year with the Eagles. Next year is his last year on his contract. And really, you got to then you're back to square one. Now you got to find, hopefully Zech McPherson is promising from the 4th round from Texas Tech. I'm hoping that's the case. You know what I mean? Hoping that's great, So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, but when it comes down to it, like, get Steven Nelson on this roster. You got to do something like that. Like, you got an empty spot there. You got to take care of it. I have no trust in Avonte Max. They traded for what? Josiah Scott. That's mostly a nickel cornerback. So, we'll see what happens. Sam Fleming III says it was a scheme getting us burned more than specific players. I expect them to add someone, but also the new staff will evaluate what they have and plan next year's draft. Yeah, of course. Of course. But we'll see. When the time comes, we will see. We will see. There is 162 people in the chat, guys. Appreciate everybody being here today. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. If you're new, we go over Eagles content all year round. If you guys haven't liked the video, hit the like button before you leave today. It helps the channel out a bunch. I appreciate everybody that has come in today to talk about. I want to do a stream either. I was going to do one yesterday, but not today. So obviously we did a stream today. If you guys haven't followed the Philly Shakedown podcast every Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern. This Saturday, it will be hosted on my channel. Philly 500 will be there. Of course, the better half of the Philly Shakedown podcast, so please check him out. We're going to get this thing going, guys. Appreciate everybody being here today. We're going to be ready for the season in no time. And Jock says Giants can sweep the Cowboys. Adrian Robertson says, sorry, Joe, I can't wait until my Giants face the Eagles again. Bad taste in my mouth from last game. No hard feelings. I bet. And bad taste in your mouth from last year. You're talking about bad, and then bad taste in your mouth because of that draft moving up in front of the Giants, trading with the Cowboys. Rylan Yan says people are sleeping on us so hard to see. I know, and let them sleep. I don't even care. I don't even care. At this point, like, I really don't. Like, I want this team to surprise everybody. Like, that's what I want. F. Van Brez says Steven Nelson wants $8 million. Hey, I'd give it to him. I would give that to him. Hold on. Oh, what the hell is going on with this chat? All right, StreamYard is acting weird right now. Comment Star said that Devontae Smith pick was a great moment. I'm so hyped. It was. It was the most. If you guys haven't seen my reaction with me and Philly 500 reacting to it, oh my God. We were stunned. And the funny thing is, I wasn't even watching the TV at the time, and Philly 500 was like, wait, they traded the pick to the Eagles. And I was like, what? And then I just flipped out. It was just the best. It was the best thing ever. It really was. Sam Fleming says, I feel like this team plays far better when the expectations are low. Yeah, I think so. I don't like teams getting overhyped and then they play horrible, and that's just how it goes. Kansas, I'd rather be slept on, to be honest. Cyclone says Devontae Smith going to burn the Giants to ashes. T. Agnew, what's going on, man? Ron Yancey's reaction was gold. I thought it was a great reaction. That was just a raw reaction of just two guys like being so surprised at it, and oh my God, it was the best thing ever. It really was. T.A. said you kept up the comments. Yeah, no, I'm learning how to keep up on comments because I'm trying to learn to do better with it. So, Comment Star says, weren't we hyped up in 2017 though? I could be wrong, but I thought we were. I was hyped. Yeah, you know what? I don't know. I don't even remember if we were hyped up that season. I think. For myself, I think after week 5, after we beat the Redskins finally, I was like, this team is legit. Like, I didn't think we were going to beat the Redskins at home at all. I didn't think the Redskins had our number. After that game, I was like, this team is going to go somewhere this year. That was how I thought of it. Come on, guys. Hurts is going to be everything we thought Wentz was. It might happen. Adrian Robertson, Cupizzle flipped out for that draft. Yeah, I seen it. I saw him flip out. He flips out every video. The draft, he flips out every video. Every video. I swear to God. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I'm not even subscribed to him because I feel like I'm watching the same video every time. He's a great content creator. He does his thing. I feel like he yells every video. Like, that's just what he does. Probably as Devontae runs routes like a gazelle, he's not going to be stopped. I don't think so either. Seth Lemon Thursday, how much weight do you think Brooks will put on before the season starts? I mean, he's jacked, but he might need a bit more mass just because of the nature of the position. Yeah, but you know what? He's lean, so like being lean and being like a rock, he's not going to be moved. He looks like he could play linebacker. That's how crazy it is. You look at when he came here with his press conference, how big he was fat. He was a big guy. And then now you're just like, wow, the difference. Cyclone 58, Capizzle's reaction is gold even when Darius Slay reacts to it. Yeah. Everybody was, there was a lot of people reacting to it. T. River Solid 1 says, I'm more excited about next year's draft than this year's season. I wouldn't say that. I'm pretty excited for next year's offseason, especially with having 10 picks, 3 potential first rounders, cap space, 30 to 50 million in cap space. It's going to be a really exciting offseason next year. Next year's going to be great. Tiana says, "Who do you want more out, Hicks or Julio?" I mean, Julio probably, just because we have 8 or 9 linebackers. We have a lot of linebackers right now. So I mean, adding Hicks, I don't know. I feel like we need to see what these other guys could do, like Davion Taylor, Sean Bradley, TJ Edwards, just some of these other guys that we really need to see what they could do. Can Alex Singleton keep his job? I think Alex Singleton is going to play more outside linebacker than inside now, because I think he's got too much competition to be that middle linebacker now. So I think weak side. I think Singleton could probably play on the weak side now more than anything. Jocks, the draft was going so horrible for us. Then Dallas swept in and gave us God, send, and Scrooge. Pop says Brandon Brooks is the Aaron Donald of offensive line. Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. The best guard. The best right guard. Comment says, do you think Brandon Brooks can stay healthy? If he's not, he could come back strong, but the injuries after a while start to become concerning. Yeah, they are concerning. 2 Achilles injuries, and he came back from one of them already. Yeah, and came back the first week of the season. He works really hard, and to come back, I have a feeling that, there might be some changes next year. I mean, you could see a potential trade with an offensive lineman next year. It could happen. You never know. They could get more draft picks. So at this point, I feel good about Brandon Brooks this year, and just hopefully his body can hold up. I mean, hopefully. I think if he has a season-ending injury this year, I think next year we gotta try to get rid of him. I mean, I don't want to, but that's just me though. You know what I mean? Ron Yancey, I swear if Brooks tears another Achilles, I'm done with him. We got Asia Robinson with the new member to the Shake Squad Army. Appreciate it very much. Join a very good group. If you guys have not, we have memberships, guys. You become a moderator for the channel. So appreciate Asia Robertson for the membership to the Shake Squad Army. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. All right, that is done. You are a moderator. I'm going to go a couple more minutes, guys. Probably just a few more minutes, most likely. Commissar says Sean Bradley, Jacob Stevens, Alex Singleton could be studs. I have a lot of faith in those guys. The linebacker position, Davion Taylor, I did not like in college. I don't have faith in him in the NFL. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he wasn't given a chance last year. You know what I mean? That's why TJ Edwards is one of the guys I really do like, and they kind of strayed away from him. I know Philly 500 likes him a lot as well. TJ Edwards was a nice flash in the pan, but I don't think was given. There's too much unknown at linebacker because Jim Schwartz played favorites. That's the way it happened, guys. Played favorites. You didn't start Davion Taylor because you had injuries. Week 10 of the season. You didn't. You know what I mean? He was horrible. But how can I blame him? How can I blame Davion Taylor for being horrible? The guy never had snaps. You know what I mean? He's just a special teams guy. That's it. Fly Eagles says, hope all is well, brother. What do you think will be our MVP on offense and defense this year? MVP? Devontae Smith will be the MVP. And then obviously defensively, I don't know, MVP-wise. I really hope that, I'm a big fan of Eric Wilson coming to this linebacker core, could cover, could blitz, really came up in the Vikings defense that was very much injured. 2 linebackers, Eric Kendricks and I forgot the other guy's name, but both guys were out, came right in, 122 tackles, 4 sacks. I mean, came in and made the calls and did everything. So it's crazy. I think Eric Wilson could be a star in this defense. I know he's on a 1-year deal, but I think a lot more could happen here. Asia says, thank you, Joey. No problem. No problem. No problem. Ian Farmer, does Ryan Kerrigan give you a Chris Long effect? It does, and I think he can actually be better than Chris Long. I think putting Kerrigan in a rotation is so much better than I think. I just think it's going to make him better and be more juiced up and be more refreshing for the defensive line. That's definite. So We got a super chat from Inferno Productions. Appreciate it, man. He says, "Yo, Joey, hope you're doing well. I'm not a mod. Oh, you're not a mod yet? Oh, now you have one. There you go. You're all set. Like you said, guys, memberships. If you guys aren't a member, you guys become a mod. For some. Definitely, if you guys have not checked it out. There is 153 people in the chat, guys. Appreciate everybody being here. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. If you guys haven't liked this video, like the stream, like it up. It does help the channel in the long run. If you guys haven't checked out the Philly Shakedown podcast with me and Philly 500, every Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern, we talk about everything that goes on for the whole entire week and obviously some other stuff as well. Okay, so it'll be hosted on my channel Saturday, so sub the channel up so you guys can watch. I come out with videos every single day, every single morning. We have pretty much 2 to 3 videos a day, plus live streams. So it's a lot of fun, guys. A lot of fun. Hope you guys enjoy. T Forever Solid One says, "Who's your top prospect at DB for the 22?" I really don't. I haven't looked at it yet. I haven't looked at it. The one corner from LSU is the only guy I've really looked at. But other than that, it's not. I'm not in draft mode for next year yet. I'm looking for this season to be successful, or at least put our foot in the right direction this season. So that's what I'm looking for when it comes to this team this year. I am getting thirsty. Oops. Let's go. Paul 44, what's going on, man? He says, "Thanks for going live late. I work till 10. It is appreciated. No problem, man. No problem. To keep everybody busy at what they're doing, I'm here to stream and give you guys, my take on everything. And I appreciate everybody coming in and being so supportive. I think that's great." Jane Aaron says, "What do you think of Philly being interested in signing KJ Wright?" I mean, I like it. I don't mind it. Do we need it? No, but it's another piece you add. He could play a little zone. I don't think he's the best coverage guy. I want to see more coverage guys. Like Sean Bradley, I want to see more coverage. Eric Wilson can cover. You know what I mean? So, I don't mind the KJ Wright sign, if we sign him, but I just think I want to see these other guys compete. Davion Taylor and these other guys compete. I can name all the linebackers, but everybody's got to compete, and that's what I want. I don't want to just bring in another veteran, then it's going to take up another spot. Then we're going to have to get rid of a guy that could potentially be good for us. And same thing as getting Julio Jones. I think of it the same exact way. Except Julio Jones, I know is going to come in and really do a good job. Asia Robertson, what's going on? I said, "Joey, do you know any other Philly YouTubers besides Philly 5?" Oh yeah, a million of them, a million guys. Oh yeah, I watch. I don't watch everybody because I don't have time to watch a lot of people. I watch a few guys. If people are in live streams, I'll jump in. So Pop Ass says, "Next time we talk, Julio may be an Eagle." Hey, you never know, bro. Oh, my chair totally just was weird. Wow. Okay. It could happen. It could happen. Chalk says it's not 12. You can't leave. Yes, it is. It's 12 my time, 12:28. Cyclone says, "When is Samala's contract up?" I don't even know. I got to check, actually. I don't even know. So when it comes to the draft next year, guys, I'm not looking at that right now. I get in draft mode by like December. I get in draft mode. That's when I get into my draft mode. Yeah, it's 12:28 a.m. my time right now. Yep, past midnight, Eastern side. Carlos Drew says, "When's the next Philly Shakedown podcast?" Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern. So I am actually building a computer right now. I've been building it for like a year and a half. So I'm building a brand new computer right now, and I'm getting rid of this thing. I want the quality to be at like 8K streams. So I'm going to be straying away from StreamYard and actually going to make overlays and do something more professional with it. So that's going to be the future of what I do. With everything, I'm building like a pretty expensive computer right now that's going to put out a lot of power and do some good things. So I'll be able to do a lot more and be more creative instead of just using StreamYard like everyone else does. I like StreamYard, but I want to stray away from it. That's just me. And yeah, we're going to do that. So I'm very excited. The podcast is this Saturday. We're going to do a lot more. And yeah. FMN Brad says, I want nothing to do with Julio. He wants too much money. We could use those 3 first-round picks and use our money right now smartly. Like, it's time to use our – and I agree with that. We have to use our money smartly. Like, just because you get a little bit of money, don't spend it all. You know what I mean? Don't put us in another situation. Like, you know, if it was next year we were down a receiver or we needed somebody to jump in one piece away, yeah, sure, fine. But, like, you potentially have 3 first-round picks, 10 picks in the draft next year, plus $30 to $50 million in cap space. You know, and if you don't need a quarterback, that's even better next year. So, something. Do you think Dickerson just sits and rehabs, develops, or does he make an immediate contribution? Could he beat out Samal at left guard? You know what? That's up to the Eagles if they're ready for him to play and compete. If that's what they want, I would love to put him at guard. I mean, I think he could play anywhere on the offensive line. And at guard, I mean, look, he's a very polished center that could play other positions. And you know, I would try him. I don't see why not. If Dickerson could play, you know, guard this year, I mean, I don't know. Isaac's just getting more money. You know, Isaac's just getting paid. You know what I mean? So it just depends. If there's an offensive lineman like Isaac Samal that flops this year and is playing bad during games, getting beat, then yeah, then you make the move and put Dickerson in there and see what he could do. But obviously, if Dickerson goes to guard, it's only for a year. You know what I mean? That's it. And then you put Dickerson back to center when Jason Kelce retires next year, and that's how you pretty much do it. So. You said you a Philly fan, California? I am not. I am Jock. Okay, no. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm in New York, unfortunately. Papa says Julio is not Alshon. He's definitely not Alshon. But yeah, guys, I appreciate everybody being here today. It was a great stream, guys. Had a lot of fun, and that's why I don't stream a lot, because I like to. If I overly stream every day, I would love to stream every day, but I don't do it because I don't want to stream too much, burn myself out, and obviously it's a lot to do. So, other than that, that's pretty much it. 125 people in here, going strong. Appreciate everybody being here tonight. Guys, haven't subscribed. Subscribe before you leave, guys. We go through a lot of content every single day. Just ask anybody here. Check out some of my videos if you haven't. So hit the sub button. Like this video before you leave. Hit the like button and leave. That's all you got to do. And you're supporting the channel a lot when you're doing that. It gets, you like the video, puts out the content out to a lot more Philadelphia Eagles fans. And, everybody loves to watch. So, yeah, check out the Philly Shakedown podcast. Got the memberships up there if you guys want to join up. I will add you as a moderator as soon as possible. And other than that, like, subscribe. I will see you guys later. And that's it, guys. So hopefully everybody had a good night. I will see you guys later. Shake squad up. Fly will fly. Peace out, guys. Peace.